Thandi here from TechCONNECT. I'm joined again by Arno, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3 of Tales from the Towers. Hi Arno, how are you doing?
Finding new tons.
I'm great. And today I want people to have a bit of knowledge. So I want people to just have a bit of something to take home with after this whole recording. So when they watch back at this, I want them to be able to receive something from us. So we are obviously WISP. We deal with wireless internet and we provide that for communities, and we have the streams. Last week we were just talking about our goals and the towers and everything. This week I'd like you to just tell us how you did it. How do we do this? How do we grow the WISP? What are we currently doing to grow the WISP?
Okay, so first of all, be very, very patient. I think this is not a get rich quick kind of business. I think you have to think in terms of probably 5 years or more before even breaking even. It takes really be prepared to work your butt off for 5 years before seeing any. Not saying this to discourage people. I'm just dealing with realities, and I'm sure the type of person that wants to start a WISP or internet business, fiber business, and you've gone through all the red tape and the rigmarole and the bureaucracy and the permits, you are used to, and you do think in very long term. So the first thing that I want to say is prepare for a long haul and have an end goal in place, the amounts of clients that you want and the amounts of turnover that you want. And then also break that end goal down into 1 year sections and 3 month sections and 1 month and 1 week and 1 day, and really plan it well and then just go for it. It's not easy, but I think it's a very rewarding to be in. I also think that you need to be a bit technically inclined. You need to be able to reach out to people and communicate well, because at the end of the day, you're going to have to negotiate contracts for the high sites. You're going to need to be able to go to people and ask them if you can build towers on their properties. So it's important to not just connect people to your internet and to your WISP, but you need to be able to connect to people to be able to negotiate with them and get the towers and the high sites on their properties. I think, sorry, I'm rambling on. So I think what's also really important, something that I spoke to you about tons, is in any business, is that you need a cause. You need a story. Why did you start this business? What is the reason why? There must be something. It's kind of like a fight against evil or promoting the good. And ours is to give our community members a chance and give them the opportunities that the rest of the world takes for granted. And we only be happy once each and every community member is connected to fast and safe and efficient internet. And we never ever stop talking about that. Another tip that I think is you need to get a mentor. That's very important. And not necessarily a mentor in the WISP world, not specifically a person that started a WISP, but like we live in a day and age where it's very easy to connect to people online. And remember, when I started my career, there wasn't things like Facebook and YouTube and whatever. Everything that I learned, I had to learn at university and out of books. And it's much better to save some time and actually connect with a mentor that can teach you things. And there's many guys out there. For example, people that I follow that I really look up to and that have taught me a lot. Dan Martell. He's in a different phase of his business than what I am, but I'm looking at reaching the heights that he has. And people like Alex Chaffin was really inspiring to me. He stopped his podcast now. All of his information is still very relevant. Layla Hormozi, please listen to Layla Hormozi. start employing a couple of staff. She's really good with personnel management and HR and things like that, and building a business. The MFCEO podcast by Andy Rosella. Specifically, he's got a new podcast called The Real AF. And if you do not like swear words or cussing, you're not going to enjoy him. But he's got tons and tons and tons of knowledge. So look for the MFCEO, which is his older podcast, and then look for the newer one. There's every Monday he's got a Q&A, a business Q&A. And I think he's bringing back the MFCEO podcast. So look out for that. That's going to be good. And then the always great Mr. Ed Milet. You need to watch from episode 1 all the way through to today. And he is actually the mentor of all these guys, except probably Alex Chaffin. But everybody chats to Ed Milet and gets advice from Ed Milet. So those are the guys that you need to follow online. So get a mentor. And then also for our fellow WISPs out there, I think with time you realize that you're not really in a WISP business. You think you're starting a WISP, but you're actually in the R&D business, a research and development business, because the technology changes so often that you need to keep up to par with the technologies, and you need to research and develop your network the whole time and upgrade and things like that. And then finally, the most crucial part of a WISP is actually marketing, sales and marketing. You think you're building towers and you're building network infrastructure, but if you build it, they won't necessarily come. You need to become a guru at marketing and sales. So I think I'm rambling on a bit, but those are the important points. Do you mind if I go on?
Yeah,
Or
definitely,
specific
definitely.
questions?
I just want to add slightly with marketing in simple terms, we're looking at supply. So with marketing and sales, we're pushing for supply because it doesn't help you have the. Well, I think I'm switching them around.
Mhm.
We're looking for demand rather.
Demand,
Is
yes,
it?
demand.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're looking
correct.
for demand.
Correct. Look, you know as well as I, if we approach 100 random strangers out there, only 2 of them are going to want to buy our product. So we need a system that nurtures those leads. And that's why I'm saying this isn't an overnight success story. You have to get your leads into a system that will nurture them. So you know the 5 steps of running a business, the ANCRR. First, you need to acquire a lead. Then you need to nurture that lead. So the A, N, and the C is you need to convert that lead to a client, to a paying customer. And then you need to retain that lead and keep them for as long as you possibly can. You need to resell or upsell to that lead. Try and increase the packages. And as the family grows and as their needs grow, obviously they're going to need bigger packages. So you need systems for all of that. And I don't know who your favorite marketing guru is. I like a guy called Dan Kennedy, very, very old school. Very, very, he still uses faxes. You can't connect to him without sending him fax. He doesn't like being bothered. He still uses faxes. You were looking at another guy with a red book. Who was that you were reading?
Yes. So I read a book by Subisabi, which was Sell Like
Yes,
Crazy,
so like
and
crazy.
he had a third way. Firstly, initially in the book, I'm going to give you a bit of background. In the book, initially, he used to watch his mom wake up every day and work these different jobs to kind of support them. And for the mother, obviously, that was the motivation was the kids. So you wake up because you have kids and you have to make it out there and you have to make means because at the end of the day, you have a family to feed. And such things push them to be like, I don't want to have to be on survival mode all the time. I want to be able to push myself, but I don't want to be in survival mode all the time. And I remember he went into a certain company where you were getting paid based on sales. So he came up with the Godfather offer. So that's what he introduced later in the book. So it's an interesting read. You don't just read about marketing only, but you also understand the zeal, everything, the motivation that comes behind it. So with the Godfather offer, he's basically in simple terms just saying, make an irresistible offer. Make an offer that people cannot resist, an offer that will make someone go borrow money if it's something that they have to buy in order to get that offer. Make them an offer that they cannot resist.
So
And if
what I found with Subri was he's very aggressive. I don't know if you also found that he's to use his sales technique. If you buy now, you'll get this and you'll get that. He's Godfather offer, and it's a limited time. You need to buy now. You really, 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 really need to trust your product that you're selling. Your product needs to be really, really good. Otherwise, you're going to make an ass of yourself. Those negative reviews are going to stream in. We have a site called ineedinternet.co.za, and a couple of clients commented on that. You're making all these beautiful offers to us. It takes you 2 days to come do a line of sight at my house. Be careful, be careful. You need to have a good team, a good product. So it's interesting how much we talk about sales and marketing, because actually a WISP business is a sales and marketing business. First, R&D, you need to know the products and the technology, but that stuff you can outsource to like a very, very bright network engineer. The sales and marketing is the core part of the business that you need to learn. So what I was thinking is maybe talking about the stuff that we use to do our sales and marketing and the products that we use, the software. The thing is, obviously, you need a knowledge base where you can document everything, like a wiki or something where all your most important critical info is documented. Google Docs is a good one. We use Office 365, but we have a very specific open source software called, which is our knowledge base, called Bookshelf. Bookshelf is open source and free, and that's where we document all our processes, passwords, thing that's important, and it's got two-factor authentication. And then I think in the beginning, it's very important that you get that right, like I said, and get the correct systems in place. First thing that you're going to have to spend money on is a proper CRM, so that you can get all the client information into a system where you can manage your network, where you can do workflow, where you can also billing. Billing is important. You need to be able to send proper bills and on time. So for the CRM and the billing, you do Splynx and Xero. And what's nice is they integrate with each other. Another important thing that I think you kind of need to start in the beginning of your wireless ISP business is a product called FQCodeL. FQCodeL is so important for WISPs because you have issues like latency on your network and connection. So you need to optimize your wireless network. It's not a fiber network. The ping times are longer. So the FQCodeL does an excellent job of optimizing your WISP network and optimizing the throughput on the network. And our captain, Mandla Lungelu, who is the traffic cop, that's what FQCodeL does. And one of the issues that you're going to have a lot with your clients, that you're going to have many, many, many support calls on, is I'm doing a speed test and I'm not getting my speed. So you're not selling me the product that you told me that you're going to sell. And we get many, many, many queries about that, because in the background, the clients' kids are listening to TikToks or watching TikToks and watching YouTubes, and then they feel the internet is slow. They do a speed test and they only get the difference of the speed test. So they've got an 8 meg line, they're using 6, and they're only getting a 2 meg speed test. And I watched a podcast with one of the largest WISPs in Italy, 8,500 clients. And he says he uses micro-queues, and I don't care how you do it or how he does it, but he says the moment that the client does a speed test, he gets all the maximum speed on that line that he can give them. And then the WhatsApp drops and the YouTube video drops and whatever, but he gets his speed test. So you need to implement that speed test algorithm, that speed test gets the full speed. And the guy's wife in the background is, you're doing a speed test again. I can't watch my Days of Our Lives or whatever thing she's watching, but he gets his speed test. That's going to be one of the most important things that you need to figure out, is how to give a client a proper speed test, because most 80% of your calls are going to be about speed test. Get that right. And there's certain products that allow you to do that. And there's many, many FQCodeL products on the market, from open source software to Preseam, and now we've settled on Bequant specifically for the speed test. It's got an algorithm that optimizes the speed test. So we're really loving Bequant, but get your speed test right. And then in terms of let's just quickly go through this acquisition and nurturing phase of the business. So obviously you need to acquire leads, and there's various ways of doing that. For us rural WISPs in rural areas, using Facebook search engine optimization doesn't work for us because the clients that we are targeting doesn't even have internet. They don't even have internet, so they're not looking at those Facebook ads and stuff. So we had to use a different strategy to acquire those leads. Once we got to 150 clients, we implemented a referral system where clients get a month for free if they refer a client to us. And that's worked well for us. So now they refer somebody to us, but they're still not a client, okay? So now we need to nurture, it's a lead. We need to nurture that lead through the whole process. And we do that with a program called GoHighLevel. And then GoHighLevel basically puts a client in a workflow, lead in a workflow, and the client receives WhatsApps, emails, and even SMSs. And every touch that we have with that client is things like why you should trust us. We call it the punch jab, where we educate how to use the Capitec banking app, how to do certain things on the internet, and then educate, and then ask, sign up with us. Educate, ask, sign up with us. The GoHighLevel is very, very good for that. And what's also really good about GoHighLevel is it assimilates all those support channels into one app. Facebook, WhatsApp, emails, SMSs, everything. You've got one single app on your phone. Facebook Messenger, what else is there? Instagram. Everything is on one app, and the clients can chat to us on all those on that one app. So I think that's really, really, really important. I don't know. You've been a GoHighLevel user for about a year now. Sometimes it's a bit clunky, but it does what we need. How do you feel about that?
Currently, it's working pretty well. And I was actually surprised initially when I saw that you still have all the features there. So like your normal WhatsApp, a client can still send you a voice note, a client can still send you a video, a client can still send you photos. So it's not restricting anything. A client can still send you whatever through their WhatsApp, their normal WhatsApp. The only thing
But I
we're
like
yet to
all those channels. All those channels are together. That's what I really like about one app, all the
you can
channels.
receive an email and WhatsApp in one actually. So that's nice.
Yeah, it works really cool. And then also that nurturing campaign. Now remember, once you've got they call it drip marketing. So drips. And it's the industry, everybody says that you need 14 touch points with a client before they really give attention to you and start thinking about you. And the 2% that are willing to buy now, what about the other 98%? So we've noticed our signups take 6 months before the client becomes our client. So they're probably with somebody else. They don't have pain at the moment. Happy paying very expensive for the internet. The cap package that they have is working. And then month one, every week, they get a WhatsApp and an email, and they start thinking about us. And also with the marketing, it's really so you get the marketing first and then the sales. So with the marketing, it's very important to have a lead magnet. Could you maybe talk a bit about the lead magnet and
Okay.
what makes ours unique?
Sorry?
I don't think everybody's going to use the same lead magnet as us because in other countries they probably don't have load shedding, so they should find their own unique lead magnet.
Yeah. So the point I'll obviously touch on the point first of your lead magnet. So this is what clients to sign up with you. You've already convinced your clients. So this is where the Godfather offer also comes in. You're giving them an offer that resists. So if you're giving them something that solves not only an additional problem, but it genuinely solves and accommodates whatever you're selling them, then it's quite nice.
Hmm.
What good is internet if you buy it, but you cannot use it the minute the electricity goes off?
Hmm.
So with us, we sat and thought about this, and we're like, okay, let's give our clients battery packs. So we offer our clients battery packs free of charge as part of their package. And these are battery packs that are valued at 899. But because we understand that this is something that clients truly need, and this is what makes our product unique as well, we're giving it. So this battery pack during load shedding, as soon as electricity goes off, it kicks. So this
For our
is a lead
international
magnet.
visitors who don't understand load shedding, basically the power goes off at certain times of the day in South Africa for two
Yeah,
to
so
four
we
hours.
just sit in the dark.
So I'm trying to think what a WISP in India would use as a lead magnet, or a WISP in the States. Maybe package like Geo. They package channels, IPTV channels with their offering, so you get free IPTV. In the States, where there's quite a lot of competition with the fiber ISP, we were using things like Netflix vouchers or Disney Max. What did Disney Plus vouchers? You get 3 months worth of Disney Plus if you sign up with us. So lead magnets, anything that attracts a client to your product or offering. So be creative. There's many lead magnets that you can use. To us, we're willing to give up our profits for the installation and subsidize that installation, but then also think cleverly about this, because always think in terms of your return on investments on the package that the client is taking. So if they're taking a very cheap package, the lead magnet price is built in there, fine. But a free installation, no. That's not going to work for us. But if you're willing to sign a 2-year contract on a higher tier package, then it's kind of, you can start thinking about giving you 3 months of free internet support or whatever, a free internet installation. So the other thing that I just want to quickly talk about, when you're starting a WISP and you're in this WISP journey, and start with the bridge network, guys. Just start with connecting your towers to each other in a bridge network. It's not ideal. Probably here at 500 clients, you're going to start running into issues with broadcast storms, and you're going to wonder, why is my upload speed so poor? Why at certain times of the day does my internet take a hit? Because everybody between 6 and 9 and 10 is watching movies, and the internet starts becoming slow. For the beginning, that's build a bridge network. Use simple, just keep it simple. But please get a backup long haul fiber connection. Please get a backup layer 3 connection to your IP transit. Get a backup IP transit link so you don't ever go down. So if the fiber goes down at the one side, at least, even if you have to manually pull out a cable and plug it into the other fiber provider, you have a backup. If it's down for 15 minutes, the most awful feeling, and you're going to get heart attacks, and you're going to not stop receiving support calls is if your fiber goes down. So as soon as possible, get a backup IP transit link. And then later, it's difficult for me to say, at 600 clients, we started implementing OSPF and routing. So at least the failover was automated. You okay there, Tans? That sounded painful.
Yeah.
So the biggest problem as a WISP owner is that if something goes down, your life starts going down with it. Heart attacks and stress and whatever. So for the first 150 clients, do it yourself, install the clients, but please do me a favor and do that as well as you can, and then get a backup IP transit link. And then after you've implemented your IP transit link and you have enough clients and the network starting to become congested, and you see rapid cuts in speed. Clients are complaining. Before they start complaining, implement your OSPF and routing, and then get multiple fiber links or IP transit links. After that, now you've built your network, and my problem is I'm not really good with my hands. So the first 150 installations I did, drilled holes into my hands, grinded ladders off because I didn't know what I was doing. And I had help. I got a helper to help him with all of this. And you're going to sell your first 150 clients yourself. You have to go out there, talk to people, and sell your solution. And then the first thing that I think that you need to do is get a not sales, but customer service. Get somebody to help you with customer service so they can start answering those phone calls while you stressing your behind off your ass off because the fiber connection is down or a tower went down. You cannot hang on a tower and also handle customer support. So get somebody that can help you with customer support. That's really, really, really important. And that customer support person can also double as a salesperson. So phone call comes in, they can start helping with the sales and things like that. And I guess you had about 6, 7, 800 clients. You need to start. So like I said, 150 people, do everything yourself, start building a team. And the order that you build your team is this. First you get installers, you sell. Then you get your customer service agents and they start selling. And now because you've got a nurture campaign and the leads are starting coming in and you're kind of good at selling, not brilliant, you're not a brilliant salesperson. Get a salesperson in, a closer. Get somebody that can close and doesn't mind sitting on the phone and making all those calls and getting the calls in. And that's all that they do is they close the deals. And this is a very, very unique individual. We've got a very unique individual that runs this for us. And it's somebody that's not afraid of taking no for an answer, doesn't mind dealing with clients that say no the entire time. But that's why it's important to get that nurture campaign going with GoHighLevel. So the calls actually come into you and that individual just closes the sale. And after that, you need to start getting a lead qualifier in. And a lead qualifier to us is somebody that gets us leads on the ground level, on the grassroots level. So our idea, we call them scouts. It's a person that sits at a mall with some swag, t-shirts, caps, cups, and goes and talks to people and just gets wild leads in. Cold leads, hot leads, you name it, and starts passing and starts getting that lead into our drip marketing GoHighLevel system. And they start qualifying those leads. It's a 2 out of 10 or it's a 5 out of 10. And then we also use some lead magnets if it's a nice lead. Here's a t-shirt for you, here's a cup for you, or a cap or whatever. But then you start getting those lead qualifiers in. And finally, it's really, really important to start concentrating on the correct avatar, because the correct avatar will make sure that your cash flow is good. So avatar to us is like this perfect person in a game. We all playing a game of business, and getting that perfect person that you can actually have in your game is our avatar. And to us, the perfect business has started looking like lodges, bigger corporates, bigger businesses. And it's actually amazing if you look at our area. Our corporates doing 250 million turnover, 400 million turnover, only have 15 staff. To me, you think, but how is that possible? Because they're big farmers and big. Okay, so the mines have many, many clients, but the farmers literally have 15 admin staff using the internet. And the rest of the guys on tractors and on the lands, and maybe 4,000 of them, working the lands. But the people that use the internet is only 15 to 20 people. So the avatar that we're looking at, and the guys that are willing to spend the money, and it's very important to have the clients that are willing to spend the money. And you can start thinking of a different way of negotiating with those potential clients. Bring in things like, we are here to work in our company. Why are your staff still on TikTok? Why are your staff still on YouTube? Surely you should be productive. And it means that your staff have time to play around. And you can actually implement that DPI type of functionality in your business and sell that as an add-on to your bigger corporate clients, you know? And we do that with Bequant. Bequant has helped us to do that.
Yeah.
And then you can start making sure that the avatar, the ideal client that you want, start targeting them. But your product needs to be good. You cannot go down. You cannot go down. You must be able to answer that phone call at night, or somebody needs to be able to answer that phone call. And in the beginning, it's you. In the beginning, it's you that's going to answer that phone call, and that's going to be WhatsApping and answering them back. And I think at the moment we've got our standby staff, and hopefully a bot will be able to take that over someday. That'll be clever enough to be able to query Splynx and give real-time answers. But for now, in the beginning, it's you. You're going to have to, up to 150, 200 clients, it's going to be you.
Yeah.
Okay, then I think what else do we want to do in this business? Obviously, we want to grow and become big. But your cause must be good, and always keep that in the back of the mind that you want to connect communities and you want to make a difference to everybody. So keep that cause in mind. Why did you start this business? And obviously, we want to start offering larger, faster, quicker packages, even though the average client only uses 5 megs or 6 megs or 10 megs. The industry norm now is 100 meg. So we want to start using technology to get the packages bigger and started offering free installs. That's a big lead magnet. If you can start doing free installs for clients, as long as your ROI is like 2 to 3 months. Once the 2 to 3 months are up and they're on a nice big package, it makes up for it. And then build your infrastructure like crazy. You need to generate demand for your product. You need to generate good word of mouth and good product market fit. And once you can see there's a demand, I hate saying this, but you probably need to have to borrow the money to grow as quickly as you can, to be the first in the market and capture that market. And you need to leverage that growth, and organic growth is all nice and fine and great. Our goal was always, we want to do 8 installations. Then we pushed that up to 14 installations. And then we said, let's Hail Mary this and go for 20 installations a month now. And we said 45. So we're going to Hail Mary this big time and say 120 installations a month. We want to go for 120. We're on our way to do 50 installations this month. I want to get to a solid 80 installations a month with our scouts out in the field. And then we're going to go for 120 installations. So think big and work hard. And once you've got your product is good and there's a demand for your product, go. Don't stop, run. Then you need to run with it. You'll probably only have a limited time because competitors will come in. There's bigger corporate clients that want to buy into the market, or new technologies coming out. Tirana is big. There's WISPs in the States that are offering 500 meg links. But this thing costs R250,000, you know. The CPEs are like 5,000 Rand. Our clients are never going to be able to afford that. But in the States, subsidizing that cost to the clients, you know. Give the market what it wants now. The market now wants to be able to stream and watch videos, etc., etc. I've got this perfect idea of building campuses. Our clients can come study for free. But I don't think clients really want to study online, or a very small percentage. I don't know. Maybe you're one of the exceptions, Thandi. But I'm just getting the idea they're using it for entertainment and to switch off.
Maybe. Depends. There are people that are honestly using it towards at the end of the day, I believe we're doing our part in terms of bringing the internet to the people, being them safe, reliable, affordable, and very efficient internet. We're doing our part. But like anything, people tend to misuse. So unfortunately, we cannot know just how much bad use it to. The best we can hope for is that someone out there, it truly changes their life. They're using it for the better of good.
I've noticed that a trigger is if you talk to parents and you tell them, look, how are your kids getting internet? Oh, and then they start moaning about the cat packages and how expensive it is, and the kids can't really do their homework properly, and etc. etc. And that really triggers the parents, want good, fast internet for their kids to be able to do their homework and assignments, etc. And then you see that Xbox being plugged in, and it's just downloads, game downloads, game downloads. So the kids don't really use it for what the parents intended it for. But it's there if they need it. And I'm really trying to wrap my head around the concept, like Khan Academy or Volkschool, something that the kids will enjoy. And if you're really interested in something, the way that you learn more about that now is YouTube. And most of the stuff that I learn is YouTube. Take a crash course on YouTube, then you download those videos into Notebook LLM, get some summaries on how it works, and that's when the deep research begins. But yeah, I think it's difficult that it feels wrong that it's being used for entertainment mostly. But look, if you want to study, it's there for you.
Yeah, definitely. Whatever you need, it's there for you.
So what did we miss? What else do we use in our business software-wise?
On the subject of people using it for
Whalebone.
entertainment, we have
Whalebone.
yes.
Yeah, okay, sorry, entertainment, yeah.
Okay, so under the strategy of people using it for maybe the kids, because mostly there are a lot of kids, I believe. But obviously, you fear as a parent or as an adult, you fear you might stumble upon the wrong thing. Because this day you don't even have looking; it's just everywhere. Block sites and most malware through wearable, which actually gives us that relief. So you, as a parent, can rest assured that you won't find your child downloading funky things or being or stumbling upon the wrong site or even causing a virus to the laptop. So as much as they can use it, you can trust that they are using it safe in a safe manner.
But the weird thing is then the parents phone us and say, look, my kid's been blocked on this website. Please open it for him. And we try to explain to them, it's a dangerous website. That he's trying to download a game that's been infected by a virus. No, just do it. He's moaning. And then we say, look, we'll do it at your own risk. And tomorrow that computer's going to be in our office is infected. Are you happy with that? And when you put it that way, oh no, why will it become infected? And then you have to really explain why that website's being blocked. And what's really nice about Whalebone as well is that you can block porn, you can block racism, drug use. They've got all these categories. I don't block everything. The internet is open. Everybody should be able to access everything they want. But now and again, we do get parents requesting us, please just block this or that. You're able to do that with Whalebone, and it's cheap. Whalebone's, it's like 800 Rand a month. Yeah, I think we've gone through it.
Yeah, I think we've covered pretty much everything. If there are any questions left, they could more than welcome to leave comments on the YouTube section, on the comments, or they could contact us directly on 013-013-0310. That
South
is
Africa.
our South Africa, for all the South Africans. You can always just leave a comment on the comment section after you.
It's very interesting if you look at our audience is in India and then the States. So it's interesting that a small little ISP like us, somebody's actually listening to what we have to say. And obviously we're growing and got big plans, and we'd like to document the journey as we go along, and hopefully help some fellow ISPs out there. We're all here to help each other. If it wasn't for other ISPs in South Africa and network gurus, we wouldn't have been where we are today. So if you need help, we're here. We're here for you. We'll help.
Definitely. Arnold, this has been a lovely chat, and I'm sure we have shared a lot of knowledge. And as I stated, if you feel like you still have questions, more than welcome to reach out to us. So thank you a lot for your time.
Thank you,
Have a
Thandi. I
lovely
like
day.
the look. I like your look.
Thank you. I'm embracing ever.
Love it. Okay, Tans, enjoy your afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you a lot. Thank you. Bye.